Jeb Bush pulled out of the campaign, much like how Trump's father should have pulled out in a different way. This really saddens me because, honestly, I feel like Jeb was one of the more level-headed conservatives running for the presidency. He was a moderate guy with some pretty sane views, but unfortunately, the Republican Party is no place for sanity. I think that part of the reason Jeb did not do so well was because he was bullied by Mr. Trump. The Donald had actually bought the rights to Jeb's campaign website. If you went to jebbush.com, you'd be redirected to Donald's campaign website. Now, as hilarious as this is, and it is pretty hilarious, it just illustrates how the Donald is a bully and not a leader. I mean, listen to some of the things that Trump said about Bush during one of the last Republican debates.
Jeb is a mess. Jeb Bush is the weakest person on the stage by far. Jeb is a waste, and everybody knows it. He's so weak, it's laughable. Jeb is a mess. Jeb is a waste. Jeb is a mess. Jeb is a big fat mistake.
Pretty harsh. I mean, how rude. A presidential campaign is no place for middle school-like bullying. Now that Jeb is out of the race, I wonder who Trump will now use as a punching bag. Trump, you listen to me. Enough is enough with the Jeb Bush comments. He did nothing to you. He's a nice boy. You leave my little Jebby alone. Okay, Trump? In other news, NyQuil-addicted sleepy neurosurgeon Ben Carson called out Barack Obama as not being a real black man. Carson implied that if elected, he would be the first real black candidate. This is what Carson said, quote, "He's an African American. He was, raised white. For him to claim that he identifies with the experience of black Americans, I think it's a bit of a stretch." End quote. Who is Carson to say who is and isn't a black man? Ben Carson is not even a man. Ben Carson is not even a human.
My own personal theory is that Joseph built the pyramids in order to store grain. Now, all the archaeologists think that they were made for the pharaoh's graves, but, it would have to be something awfully big.
My own personal theory is that Ben Carson is not really a human. My own personal theory is that Carson was abducted by aliens and that the Lord Zenith Fartwa now has total control of his body. The Overlord probably plans on destroying this beautiful planet through his reign of the United States. Remember, kids, a vote for Ben Carson is a vote for Lord Zenith Fartwa. This has been an official news broadcast of Wayn Radio.